begin, first of all, by thanking Professor Twainey for inviting me here to speak with you all today. Her and I met at a World Peace event, and we became sisters, and I have a lot of respect for her. So I just want to thank her for opening the doors for me to be here today. As I explained, my name is Tenè, and I'm a native of Los Angeles. I was born and raised here. I graduated from Torrance High School. I got my nursing license from American Career College. I got 2 AA degrees from Southwest Community College. I have a bachelor's in political science and a master's in public administration from the University of Cal State Dominguez. Now, to some people, that sounds pretty impressive, because I know for me, when I hear about people who have doctorate degrees or master's degrees and people who are, wealthy or powerful, I get impressed and I get inspired by that person, because I say, that person is successful. And is there anybody in this class that doesn't want to be successful? Exactly. Everybody pretty much wants to be successful. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here today. How many of you know people who are extremely successful? Wow, that's it. How many of you people know people who are really failing in life? So more hands go up. Okay, so have you guys ever taken the time to ask people who are successful, why are they successful? Like, what did it take for them to get there? Yeah. So for the people who raise their hand for someone who's failing, do you know the story of what's causing them to fail or why they're failing?
Drugs and violence.
Drinking.
I would say themselves.
Okay.
Taking themselves back.
That's a good response. Themselves.
The
Okay.
environment.
The environment. So it looks like more people raise their hand for people that are failing than people that are successful. And that's exactly how it kind of is in the real world. And I just want to ask you, why do you think it's so easy to fail, but it's so hard to be successful?
It is so easy to fail than to be successful because people refuse to recognize the fact that nothing comes easy.
Exactly. And it's easy to get caught up in that. Anybody can make a bad decision. It can happen to anybody. That's the point. So I just want you to remember that being successful is one of the hardest jobs in the world, if not the hardest job in the world, while being a failure is one of the easiest jobs in the world. So you just have to make the choice to decide which side of the coin you're going to fall on, because it can happen to you at any moment, which is what I was explaining to you all earlier, kind of what happened to me. I sat in a classroom just like at this school, just like you all, pursuing a degree, pursuing a dream, and there were challenges that I couldn't overcome, and I quit. I just want to ask, how many people in here right now are living their dreams or chasing a dream? Cool. Yes. All right. Are there people who are not living their dreams and not chasing their dreams? You don't know what they are yet, or? No? Okay. All right. So, dreams are important. They're very important. And I've learned that if you're not chasing your dreams, if you're not living your dreams, you're probably working to make somebody else's dreams come true. And I mean, if you're okay with that, I'm okay with it. And I mean, everyone that's your choice, but that's just the reality of it. If you're not living your own dream, you're making somebody else's dream come true. So these are my keys to success. Every successful person will have their own, but I'm just going to give you what mine are, what I use to be successful. The first thing is to learn to overcome challenges, dream and set goals, and know your purpose in life. So, challenges, what are they? Like, what's a challenge?
School.
School's a challenge. Why is it a challenge?
Because
Midterms, exams, and
it's a commitment.
Right, and what gets in the way? What can get in the way? Or
Life.
Life, family, right? Your car breaks down. It's all kind of stuff that happens when you're trying to go to school or when you're trying to live your dreams. You're going to have all kind of blocks, stoppages, people in your way, stopping you, slowing you down, telling you what you can't do, telling you why you can't do it. It's going to be so many challenges, but you have to learn how to overcome, go around it, jump over it, push it down. You got to learn how to figure that out, because like I told you, when I was pursuing the RN, I quit because I I couldn't figure out how to overcome that challenge, so I quit. So don't do that. There's always a way around something. You just have to figure it out.
Plan A, plan B, and ask yourself, what are you gonna do to get there?
Exactly. That's what you have to do. So you have to have a vision. If you don't have a vision, where are you going? If you don't plan out something for yourself, where are you going? You're gonna go nowhere. Know your purpose in life. We talked about that. You have to know who you are, what you are, why you are, what do you want to be, how are you going to get there. And it has to be something that comes from within yourself, not what your parents told you, not what your friend said, not what your teacher said, but you have to figure it out for yourself. Who are you and what do you want? So that you know your course in life and that you can't be taken off that course. When you don't know your course in life, when you don't know your purpose, you could be going to school for engineering and someone will tell you, hey, why don't you go to school to be a doctor? They make $100,000 more. You'll jump off that course and you'll be running on that next course. Or you see somebody doing something successful and you jump off your course and you start doing what they're doing just because they're successful. That's their purpose. That doesn't mean that is your purpose. So you have to figure out what your purpose is. When you spend money to make money, when you don't have money. So you have to figure out how to do that. Because it's a lot of that. It takes money to make money, but you don't have any money. So how are you going to get that money? How are you going to get it? You have to be creative in doing that. Unless you're rich, unless somebody's rich who's bankrolling you, you're going to have to figure those problems out. How do you make money? And you want to stay in the legal way. You don't want to start taking shortcuts. Because when you start doing that, what happens? You go to jail. You may end up in a cemetery or some other disastrous thing could happen in your life. So you want to do it the right way. It's hard when you're trying to do things the right way. It's very hard. And that's why a lot of people are failing, because it's difficult to stay on the right path, to make money the right way, and do things right. And the last thing is, your life should be challenging and rewarding. There has to be a balance, because that's the key to your happiness. What does that mean?
Your struggles will pay off.
All your struggles will pay off. It will pay off. It may not seem like it when you're going through it. It may not seem like it, but it will. If you don't give up, it will. And if your life is too challenging and there's not enough rewards, you're going to be very unhappy. If your life is too rewarding and it's not challenging enough, you're not going to be happy. So you have to have challenges and rewards. Challenges and rewards. It has to balance itself out. Okay? And so if you just listen to those things, and you guys are probably already doing it, and maybe I'm preaching to the choir, but if you never quit, if you set goals and you stay on course, you guys will achieve whatever you want in life. Nothing will get in your way. Nothing. Nothing will. It may seem like you can't come through, but you will come through. It always works out that way. You may seem like, oh my God, how am I going to get through this? Like, how am I going to do it? How? And if you just stay on course, you look up and you're like, man, okay, I did that. And it makes you stronger, and it gives you integrity, and it builds your character, and it gives you a foundation, because there's no quick path to success. It takes time. Now, I know that there are exceptions to the rule. Some people have overnight success, it seems like. They shoot straight to the top. But people generally who do that have a quick come down, because there's no foundation there. It takes time to build a foundation. If you see some entertainers or some business owner who's been around for years and years and years, no matter what, they're still around, that's because they have a strong foundation. They didn't have a quick rise to the top. When you have a quick rise, you're going to have a quick fall. So remember that. It takes time to be successful. And like I told you, it took me 10 years in counting. It takes a long time. Always have goals. You should always have dreams. You should always have something you're achieving. Even when you achieve that thing, create something else to achieve. For me, my next dream is being a philanthropist. That's something that's very important to me. So I started a nonprofit foundation, and right now I'm focusing on mentoring and education for youth, and I'm also focusing on a peace festival that I'm organizing for next summer, and it's going to be an annual peace festival. And so I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to say, any of you, because I would like to see young people get involved in this movement for peace in America and all over the world. If any of you are interested in being involved with planning or anything, I'll leave a flyer here with my contact information on it. This is how it looks. And you can email me and be a part of it, yes?
Okay, you say you should go to Southwest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm about to graduate from there on the 6th.
Really?
Yeah, with my degree. Yeah, I just want to say, I appreciate you coming by with the motivation that you you did a good job because especially with my story, like I ended up being in school longer because I was changing majors, and then that got me to a lot of complications. And I think that it was worth it, especially when I just had to extend my financial aid, since I went over it. And then, with your speech and everything, it really motivates me to keep going and not give up.